Hello, this is Gonzo from Lowland Lions, and with me is Sean, Mr. Day9. Day9, how are you?
I am very sleepy, but very good. It was an awesome tournament. Weirdly enough, the games got better over time, which is what you want to happen in a tournament in general, but the fact that it actually turned out that way is kind of unusual, so that's actually very, very awesome. I mean, the finals were one of the best matches I've ever casted.
Yeah, it's always good to see. What is your opinion about Dreamhack in general? Do you like it? How's the atmosphere around here?
It's really cool because it's a ton of gamers. And that's it. No one else. And, you know, it's one of those few times when you really get to indulge as a nerd. Sometimes when it's like Friday night and we really want to play video games, part of you is just going, well, maybe I should go out and, you know, socialize and stuff. No, not at Dreamhack. You shouldn't. You should sit at your computer and LAN 24 hours a day, drink energy drinks to stay up the whole time. So that's so much fun. And I especially love how there's all these activities, like with all the esports tournaments going on, so that a lot of people who aren't familiar with, you know, a lot of the different communities can get a chance to sort of intermingle and mix, because there's a lot of chance for crossover.
All right. What was your favorite game of this whole StarCraft 2 tournament?
Game 3 of the finals of Mana against Nama. I mean, for anyone who's never seen me, just watching a game, you know, not casting, I get really excited and I get really sort of, oh my god, oh, it's going to be really stressful. And I just started getting so stressed out and just nervous in that game.
Yeah, I saw that. You were totally freaking out.
Nama was getting so close to Mana's expansion. It was like inches away. Units were firing at the Nexus. He even lost the assimilator, but refused to engage until he had just the right mix of units. And it was just stunning play by both players. Amazing to see Mana performing that well under that intense pressure. I mean, it's probably my favorite StarCraft 2 game of all time.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was an amazing game, one of the best I've seen also in my whole life. Now, as a representative of the Belgian esports coverage crew, I'd like to ask you what you think about the Dutch and Belgian players, and in specific the players won here at Dreamhack. I mean, NTT, Dabu, and Servant.
I mean, definitely Belgium and the Netherlands have always been really strong esports countries, despite being relatively small. I mean, Rhett is the big Dutch player that really sticks out in my eyes. And Servio is definitely up and coming. I mean, he really has been performing brilliantly in this tournament, especially in his games against Morrow. Even though Morrow, you know, a lot of people like to discredit him as an ex-Terran player playing Zerg, he lost that game because Servio was playing really, really, really well. So that was great. And I'll give a big shout out to Dabu for taking a game off Tyler with that mass Ling Bane Ling play. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah, I watched the VOD and it was really awesome. Yeah. Forgot my question. We're going to edit this.
No, you know what? Like, give me the thing back. No, yeah, because that's it's kind of funny. That happens to me all the time. Yeah, I'll drink the water. I'll do that. There's a lot of times when I'll be halfway through a sentence and I will not remember at all what the first half was, and I end up with some very unusual and stupid-looking sentence constructions. I mean, because even the way I cast, I just think, like, all right, you got to mention the expansion in this sentence, and you got to mention the Zelnaga Watchtower. And I'll try to just link those however they end up coming out of my mouth. I'll be halfway through the sentence, I'll be like, I have worded this so stupidly. And a couple of times I just stop and I'm like, I need to try that sentence again. So I totally understand.
So now if you talked, I remember my question once again, so when I forgot a question, I'm just going to give the mic to you and you just say whatever you feel like. All right. So you, more than anyone else, are checking up on players, see what they do, see how much they're training, and keeping track of them in general. So who would you say is an upcoming talent, like really, really unknown right now, but you think has a future in esports?
This probably is the worst answer ever, but Mana, who's super really well known and got second place here, I mean, I just could not believe his patience. He was endlessly patient. It was amazing to watch him play. That's what every other player lacks. Excuse me, sorry, all the carbonated water. I was just like, oh my god, that's such a tough question. I just vomit all over the microphone. But if I had to pick one player, who would that be? I mean, it's kind of hard because I've been casting for like 50 hours. But you know what? It's going to be my answer. Mana. Done. End of story. I think that guy is going to be winning a lot of tournaments. I haven't seen him at a lot of LANs yet, but he really should go to more.
Yeah, it was a pretty big surprise to see him winning this, and I think also he himself was surprised. So I've been given the sign that we should keep it short right now, so I'm going to ask you one last question. What is your favorite unit?
Zealot.
The Zealot? How come?
because it kills things so fast. It's such an awesome unit, and Zealots with Leg Speed are just unbelievably fun to make. They're so cheap. They're only 100 minerals. I think they're like the most undervalued unit in the game. I love my Zealots. I'm going to pound the table so people build more.
It's pretty surprising because I was going to say you have a show and you ask the community every now and then to do some funky stuff, and so you've seen units being abused in every possible way, and I was thinking you were going to say Colossi, High Templar, or maybe a Raven or something, and you say Zealots. It's kind of odd, don't you think?
It's a great unit, man. You get the +1 upgrade, you get a bunch of Zealots out, you do a lot of damage, you get the Zealot with Leg Speed. Here's a little bit of information to leave you to think about. Zealot has 1 armor. If you research the +2 armor, or the +1 armor, then it'll have 2 armor, because 1 + 1 is 2. So if you have a Guardian Shield up, that means the Marine shot that does 6 damage gets reduced to 4 with the Guardian Shield, then reduced to 2 by the armor, which means that if you have a +1 armor upgrade, Marines take 50 shots to kill a Zealot. Just the health. That's ignoring the shields. 50 shots, all right? That's so much damage. Zealot is an awesome unit, and get +1 armor more often when you're going Zealots.
All right, so the Zealot it is. Thank you, Day9, for this interview, and we'll see you around.
Yep. Cheers.
All right, cool.